One was last night, and I think one was Sunday. What day were we on now? Tuesday. Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, Monday night and Tuesday night. Last night's one. That's what I remember about it. I was in like a, how do you say? It's like a ghost realm, and there was loads of ghosts, loads. And all I remember really about it is telling them about Duane and the new presentation at the end, and like to look and like, obviously the new sound, and singing the new sound and about the ears and all that, and just that was it really. And there was a lot happened last night, but that's all I can really remember about it. But the one the night before, it was that was different. I'm pretty sure I was at the Void, and I was on my own at first. This was the Sunday night one. I've got a better memory of this. I was there on my own, and I'm pretty sure it was the Void because I went there like I think that was my very first ever experience ever was there when I was a kid. And I spoke about it when I first come to the new presentation. I've read the material, and I've referenced it as the Void anyway. And I was there, and I was just sat there. Basically, I was just sat there. I don't know what I was just sat there, and there was no one there. It was just blackness, and I was looking down, and I could see it looked exactly how it looked before, just like light, loads of different lights, like layers of lights. That's how it appears to me. And I don't know if I would say I was at the edge or anything, and I didn't set it in my intent or anything to go there that night, but I was there. I was in the Void on a Sunday night, and these massive, like in front of me, like these bigger eyes, these big pair of eyes appeared, big pair of eyes, and I thought I was just sat there, like I was just sat there cross-legged, floating or whatever I was doing. And this big pair of eyes appeared in front of me. I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then it was like a horned figure appeared in front of me. But it was wearing a helmet. It wasn't like any kind of like, animal horns, but like the helm had like horns on. But it like had multiple horns on, it had like some coming out of like, because I couldn't really see his face. I started with like it's just this big pair of eyes, and then I looked at the eyes and I was like focusing on the eyes and thinking, oh, this is interesting. What's going to happen here? And then it appeared in front of me, and it was big, and it was like this big dude, but I couldn't tell if he was human or not because like he had like his suit on, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. It was like some kind of, I don't know, like a medieval science fiction suit. It was like it had like this big helm on, and it had like big horns coming out the top and horns coming out the side, and like horns were like, it looked like horns. Although it was probably just the shape of the helm he was wearing. And he started doing all this stuff with his hands, and obviously it was magic, and all these symbols and stuff. And there was like appearing in front of me. But they weren't gold. There was like red and purple symbols. I think it was casting spells. And I actually says to him, I says, "What you doing?" And he uttered something. He uttered some language, but I didn't speak verbally. I said it like telepathic, straight into his head. I'm like, "What you doing? What you playing at?" And he's like, "These all like these symbols. They're like, come at me." It was like there was arrows or something. And I just sat there. And I was like twiddling my thumbs, looking at him. This dude, he was a big dude. He was like bigger than me. I was about 30. Like for my size and me looking at him, it wasn't really a way off. It was pretty close to me, and it was just like he said something. I don't know what he was saying. He was speaking in. I couldn't understand what language he was speaking in, but seemed to me as though he was like casting spells, something like that. Casting spells, doing magic. And as he was saying it, there was all these symbols appearing, and like there was like purples and dark reds, and And it looked like glyphs, and like, you know, when them Chinese and they do that calligraphy, it looked similar to that. Like it was like, but it was moving his hands, but it was like being painted in the space in front of us. And then they done that, and they done absolutely loads, casting, like, I can only imagine he was casting spells at me. And well, I just sat there twiddling my fingers, and they all come at me like arrows at like lightning speed, and not one of them hit me. Nothing hit me. Nothing like hit me at all. And I didn't see any like force field or anything around me. I was just there, sat down there, twiddling my thumbs, because I can remember I had my hands in front of me, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. What's he on with? And I was just twiddling my thumbs, and I ended up laughing at him, and that was it. He disappeared. And whatever he was trying to do, he couldn't do it to me. But that was it. That was it. And like, I actually thought when I was up there, I thought, well, I'm in the void here, and then that was it. And then I kind of woke up, and then that was it. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I didn't see any guides, but I'm pretty sure there was guides there, because, you know, otherwise I'd have been got. But I wasn't got. You know, I sang the NUUU. I didn't sing it at the time, but like because they're like these glyphs, and they were like all kind of symbols and glyphs, and it was just like, it was all shining, and like it was like bright red and purple, and then it just turned into like arrows or points, and they just all come firing at me. And it wasn't just like, there was like coming at me lots. It was doing it a lot, you know. It was there for quite a while doing it. And I was just there looking at him, and I was thinking, well, what are you doing? And you know, what you doing? And then he just disappeared, and I just sang the NUUU. I continued singing the NUUU, and then I just woke up. I woke up singing the NUUU, and I've had like the 5G flu as well, but I'm actually better now. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share. But like, yeah, and last night it was well strange, because like I say again, I never set it in my intent. I was just seeing all like these, what I call ghosts, because it was like floating, like, you know, you see them on telly and that, and like, you know, on films and that, and they're like blue, and you can see through them and all that, and like smoky and whisper. And then I approached, like, and I think I approached, like, I don't know, but he seemed to be like the leader, and I just gave him the new sound and told him all about RealValue and the guides and Duane Ava and the new presentation, and I ended up singing the NUUU, and then and that was it. I was off again, and that was it, and that's what I wanted to share tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Pearce. Yeah, and just another confirmation for you. We're all in this physical world, and yeah, there's funny things happening. You know, just like in the Matrix movie, when all of a sudden you see the backside or what's unseen, it's all strange. And yeah, because we're used to what is considered normal. And so, yeah, it's just kind of what it is. And after a while, you kind of get used to it. You know, it's like walking through the forest. You don't know what's going to come up next. But yeah, these are individuals out there, and they don't know what they're doing. And you've got a lot of tricksters out there doing funny stuff because they don't know what else to do either. And so there you are, and you get this adventure. And of course, we're all seen and watched by all life, whether we see the guides or not. All life is, you know, it sees all of us. We're in it. So it's all okay because you're aware now. And these individuals, their ideas are searching for something. They're constantly searching for something, or they're attached to something, which is understandable. And so, you know, as they pass over, things are different for them, and they don't get it because of how they've been, you know, trained here, brought up here, and now they're in a different place, and it's not the same for them. So they're just kind of wandering around like everybody else. So there becomes this big agreement. You got a bunch of, you know, individuals that are just wandering around, and they don't have a focus or a purpose or anything because they don't know. Yeah, so that's another objective view for you and to share. Thank you. Yeah,